In a few months, the Xbox One will have been out for 4 years, and in that time it has amassed a pretty awesome library of some of my favorite games. So I wanted to reminisce a bit about some of my favorite titles in these last few years that I've played a lot of and hold fun memories. Keep in mind these games aren't Xbox exclusives, and some might have been released on last gen. I've just been playing these on my Xbox One. If you're an Xbox or PlayStation gamer, let me know some of your favorite titles in the comments. These are just my opinions on games I've had a ton of fun with over the years, so feel free to disagree. Number 5 is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. This game will always have a place in my heart, as it was the first shooter game I ever played. I originally played it on the Xbox 360, and at the time I was pretty young and wasn't yet allowed to play violent games. Garden Warfare essentially introduced me to the genre of class-based third-person shooters, and is how I would eventually become interested in more mature games and start my YouTube channel. Although it looks simple on the outside, the game has an incredible amount of depth and strategy. Each map was carefully designed around the Garden and Graveyards game mode, which were huge battles that required the zombies to push the defending plants all the way back through the map until the finale, and the zombies had to accomplish some crazy task to win. The mode was ingenious and somehow never got old, like ever. I would enter each match excited to play as one of the 4 characters on each side, and each of those characters had about 10 variants you could unlock that significantly changed the way you would play. If you want to play as a pea shooter, for example, you could be the basic version, which lobbed heavy shells that dealt significant damage, or be, for example, the Law Pea, which fired 6 quick rounds, and that was better at close range. Each variant was different and good in its own way. In fact, even the method of unlocking them was a lot of fun and rarely tedious. You would earn coins each game, and those coins were used to purchase sticker packs. You could either buy an inexpensive sticker pack, which gave you items to use in game, or save up for a pack that guaranteed to give you all pieces of a character. I usually went with the latter, as I wanted to collect every character there was. There was so much to do in the game, and the day I bought an Xbox One, I purchased a new copy of it to continue the adventure. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare was an awesome game I played growing up, with a ton of stuff to do, which is why I placed it here at number 5. Number 4 is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. This was the game that introduced me to the Assassin's Creed series, and I was immediately blown away by the scale of the map. You play as the pirate Edward Kenway as you sail the seas and discover secrets on various islands. There were so many things that impressed me in this game. For starters, I loved sailing and how it made traveling a ton of fun. Your boat is equipped with a cannon on each side, meaning you can engage with another ship at any moment. The sailing combat is awesome and really adds to the adventurous pirate-like feel of the game. I also enjoyed the stealth. If I'm remembering correctly, this was the first game I had played at the time to be based around stealth, and I thought it was brilliant. I loved lurking through bushes and whistling to get my enemy's attention, then quietly taking them down. And when I inevitably messed up stealth, the combat was exhilarating as well, letting you swing your swords around and gracefully counter enemy aggression. Each sword fight was like an elegant dance, minus the violence of course. I was also impressed by the memorable story, which kept surprising me by introducing new enemies and betraying old friends. It really immersed me and made me feel like a pirate, which was something I wouldn't really expect from an open world game this massive. There were so many things done right with this game, and I hope the new Assassin's Creed titles can live up to the precedents it sets. Number 3 is Minecraft. As simple as this game is, it's one of the best I've ever played. There's an almost infinite amount of things you can do, and I've never really gotten bored of it. I was talking with my brother the other day, and we agreed that if we could only play one game for the rest of our lives, it would definitely be Minecraft, as if we really put time into it, it's incredibly rewarding. Although there are other games with better graphics and arguably more fun mechanics, in terms of replayability, nothing beats this game for me, as you can construct or destroy anything you want, and it heavily encourages creativity. To be honest, I've never really gotten into Minecraft as much as some people I know, but it's still one of those timeless classics that I'll always enjoy. I just wish I had more time for it, as I'm sure I could create some awesome things if I simply had more time. There's so much you can learn in the game, and to really build great structures you need to think like an architect. So because of the endless amount of things you can do, and the fun I've had over the years creating things with friends, I'll happily put Minecraft as my 3rd favorite Xbox game of all time. Number 2 is Overwatch. Over time, the first-person shooter genre has sort of become boring to me, but when Overwatch was released last year, it introduced me to the character-based system I now love. I love Overwatch because it's as fun to play solo as it is with friends, and that's not something I usually experience in other titles. It's super fun when you have a full team you can communicate with and competitive, but I also enjoy playing quick play by myself when no friends are online. It's a very charming game, and I've come to love its characters. As I'm making this video, there are 25 playable characters, and each is incredibly unique, with completely different abilities and different personalities. The game is more fun when you're playing as a character you like. You will often make amusing quips or say a phrase that you get used to but never really get tired of. For example, I like playing as Mercy, partly because it's fun to heal people, and partly because she will often say lines about her history as a medic, which is pretty interesting and keeps me involved in the game. Since I care about the characters, it makes it so each match is more intense. But it's not just Overwatch's fun characters that bring me back. It's also the intense gameplay that's focused around the objective. Each map was built around one specific mode, which means most games are fair and a fun competition. I can't count how many thrilling comebacks I've had in overtime while escorting the payload, or how many times the other team has won even after we held them back for a long time. The game constantly keeps you aware, and there's rarely a dull moment. So because of its fun gameplay and awesome characters, Overwatch to me is a classic that will be popular for many years to come. Number 1 is Fallout 4. I'm going to limit how much I talk about this game because there's honestly too much to cover for just this video. But Fallout 4 is the most impressive Xbox game I've ever played. I've never experienced an open world game so mysterious, wondrous, and packed with content as this. Everywhere I went, I would find some secret that was incredible, or a random person who would give me a quest that was always unique and memorable. The atmosphere of the game was so charming and immersive, and at times even delightfully creepy. The game lets you listen to a couple of radio stations that play some old songs from the early 20th century, which have now become some of my favorite music pieces. You play any of those songs, and I immediately think Fallout 4, as they're just so catchy and memorable. Let me briefly play a few so you know what I mean.
Maybe you'll think of me when you are all alone. Worry, love is passing me by. Why do the stars glow above? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when I lost your love.
I reckon I drove about 100 miles down a bumpy road out through the wilds, when all of a sudden I bounced to a stop at the foot of a mountain, didn't have no top. Uranium fever has done and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around.
It's all over but the crying, and I can't get over crying over you.
I get goosebumps just listening to these songs, as it evokes a feeling of nostalgia from this incredible game world Bethesda has created. I actually did a full review of this game a while ago, and if you're interested you can click the card in the top right of the screen to check it out. The story in the game is pretty intriguing and provided some interesting moral choices. Without spoiling anything important, there are 4 groups you need to choose from, each with different views of the world. The group I ended up choosing I didn't necessarily most agree with, but they provided me with the coolest gear, so I was loyal to them. The main story is a thrill, and worth replaying to see all the endings. But the best part of the game is its vast open world, which gives you a ton of quests and introduces you to interesting new characters that you may love or despise immediately. You can bring on your adventure companion, and there's a bunch of people you'll meet who will agree to travel with you, and you can even max your relationship and earn stat bonuses. There's also a really cool settlement system that lets you build a thriving community for settlers as well as companions not traveling with you. It's fun to assign different people to make food or stand guard in case raiders attack. And it's very rewarding as you build up different settlements around the Commonwealth into large societies of people who produce income for you. You really get the feeling that you're rebuilding the world, but you never shake the sense that you're walking through what used to be a happy town, thanks to the beautiful set pieces that really immerse you in this post-apocalyptic land. Simply put, the game is wonderful, and Fallout 4 will always be my favorite game on the Xbox One. So those are my 5 favorite Xbox games of all time. Let me know what console games you enjoy in the comments, or you can tap the card on the top right of the screen to vote which of the games I mentioned in this video you like more than the others. By the time you're watching this, school has actually started for me, so it'll be a little bit more difficult to upload on a consistent schedule, so expect a bit less uploads than during the summer. We'll just have to see, as school takes priority over YouTube, and if I don't have time, then I just don't have time. But I'll try to keep uploading throughout the school year, depending on how much work I'm loaded up with on the weekends. Next week I've scheduled my 5 favorite Nintendo games, so look out for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.